Okay, we're going to start a new part, and we're going to do the video of the saddle, and we're going to do that in a couple of different videos. So we'll use the one here on the left to, we use the one here on the left to point to periodically throughout. And note, that is actually an Inventor part file that I called up through SolidWorks. So you can use those. In fact, we probably will be using some of them that I had created earlier in Inventor to work with this project. So the first thing I want to do is draw the bottom portion of this, and we're going to make a couple different videos here. So I need to go in and sketch, and I want to do a new sketch plane. I want to go to the top, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to draw that right from the edge here, and I want to create some dimensions on that. Now, according to the drawing, we need to go 3.38, and notice that 3.38 is the target number. So we'll go with that, and then the 6.5 is the target number for the overall length. And I'll right click and hit select, and right click and finish the sketch. So that's the target numbers, and there's plus or minus 0.02 on each of those. That's the tolerance value. So next we want to go in and do a feature. I want to extrude the boss. I got out of the drawing before I hit that, so I need to pick the plane. I want to flip the direction. That's just a personal preference. And I want to go with a 1/2 inch, and I'll accept that. And then I'm going to reorient this so it looks something like the example here. So now I'm going to cut out a section here. To do that, I need to go back to sketch. Now I can right click. Oh, I thought I could right click and go to, well, I'll go here to recent commands and hit sketch. Pick the top plane. I didn't pick the top plane, I just picked the top feature, if you will. And I want to draw a circle. Anywhere out here, any size. I'm going to right click. In my recent commands, do I have a line? There's a line. I'll go ahead and draw a line from this quadrant out to the line, and I want to make sure that that's perpendicular, so it's all highlighted. Then I want to go from there out so that I can go along that line. Well, I'm having trouble getting that, so I'll just go from there, and I'm going to go to the quadrant there, select. Okay, so now note that's not quite right, so we'll have to make that right here in a little bit. So we'll first thing I'll do is go ahead and hit trim entity and trim this circle out. Then I'm going to add relations. So I'll go down here, click on that, and I want to go from this line and this line, and I want those to be perpendicular. Okay, now note the black line there, it's tied to this line right here, so we're good there. So now I just want to put some dimensions in. So I'm going to dimension from the center there it is, from the center to this edge, according to the drawing, is 1.69. And then from this edge right here to that same center, right there, it's 0.72. And then the radius is 0.27. And it's fully defined, so I'll right click, select, right click, and exit the sketch. And I want to extrude cut this time. Now it's asking me what plane do I want, so I need to pick on that one of those lines, and it'll automatically pick that. Sometimes it'll automatically pick it anyway. And I don't want to go blind here, I want to go through all. Now later on we might use through all both. But we'll just use through all, and it gets that out. Now you can use existing geometry if we create a new sketch plane here, we can use existing geometry to create that second part of that outer boss. So I'm going to right click, go to recent commands, and I want to sketch on this face here again. And then I'm going to go in there and note I can do offset objects. So there's an object here, this line, I want to go out that way. The distance there is actually 0.5, right? It's 0.5 is the outside radius minus 0.27. Okay, so let's see, I didn't get it. Let's see, 0.5 minus 0.27. Let's see, 0.23. Now it's going the wrong way, so I'll click out here and it places it there. I'll right click, do the offset again, pick the arc here now this time. It automatically picks that, so I'll go ahead and let's see, hit OK. Alright, then I'll go in. Now what's it looking for? It's needing me to go in and go recent commands, offset again. Oh, gotta hit escape on that. Let's go right click, offset. Now notice the well, I was thinking it did the I've got the outside object already picked, that face. I didn't want that. Right click, offset object. I need to be able to pick that line, and I got the face. I'm going to get that out of there, do it again. Got to be careful now, you got to get that line, and there's the line. Right click, hit OK. Okay, and then I need to go in there and create some lines to close the gap here. I need from this edge right here, that endpoint, to that endpoint right there. Right click in the chain. It allows me to stay in the command, and I need to go from that endpoint to that endpoint. Right click, select, and there we've got it. Now it says it's under defined, so something is holding me up there the way it looks. I don't see it right offhand, but let's go in there and exit the sketch, and we'll do a extruded boss. Somehow I don't have my, and notice it says thin feature, so I don't have that closed out, so I'm gonna have to get out of this, and let's figure out what's going on here. I think one of my lines is probably not, oh, there it is. See that line? Extended out too far. So let's rotate that around a little bit. Go back to the sketch, so we'll right click on sketch 3 and edit the sketch, and we'll do a trim, and let's draw a line across that. Now the other question is this one okay up here? And I think it probably is. And notice it says it's fully defined now, so I'm guessing that that's going to be a good thing. So we'll exit the sketch, go back to that boss, we'll click on one of these objects. Oh, something's still not right. When it says thin feature, and notice there's an issue here. So let's get out of that. I hate that we're having problems, but yet it's not a bad idea, I guess. Let's exit this, or get back in the sketch. I'm going to rotate this around, and it seems like there might be something right there. I'm going to hit delete. Doesn't actually show anything there, but the only other option is that it's not picking these objects in here. Now it should pick those, but it's not. So let's do a convert entities. Let's convert entities, and we'll convert this line right here, and we'll convert this arc here, and that line right there. And now let's see what we've got. Well, we don't want that thin feature. And for that to be picking that, there's something, and I'm having difficulty seeing what it is, especially with it being fully defined. I don't see it. Let's delete that, and there we go. So now there's our feature. So it selected a contour that we just couldn't use. So now we'll go in here and make that, what is the height of that, 0.13. There you can see it. Make sure merge results is turned on. Click the OK, and there's the results. Now we do need to put a fillet in there. It shows that it's 0.0625. So we'll get this done real quick. 0.0625. Go back up to the blue box here, and we'll click on that line, and it'll go all the way around there. Turn on full preview. It gives you those yellow objects there. Then we also have these corners that need to be filleted, and I believe the radius on those is 0.38. We'll go back up here and pick this, and all we need is the line that it's going to follow. So that sets up the vector, and we'll accept that, and we're done. Now then, what we probably ought to do